Hello friends, Namaskar. This is Manoj Joshi. Today is the day 27 of the wellness talk that we have been delivering Facebook Live on the coronavirus pandemic. Let's start with the story. Adi Shankara, who was the 8th century scholar, who was very famous for talking about non-dualism, a Vedantic concept. It so happened that he went to the river Ganges in Varanasi, in India, and after taking a holy bath, he was coming back to his home and he encountered on the way a Chandala. Chandala means a person from a low caste, and with his 4 dogs. So because the Orthodox Hindu Brahmins thought that Chandala and the dogs were untouchable because they were impure, so Shankara just came to the side of the road, and the Chandala noticed it and he talked to him. Sir, you expound on non-dualism, but your action doesn't make any sense. See, your body and my body, both our bodies are made up of the 5 elements: the earth element, the water element, the fire, air and space. The Atman, or the soul, which is inside you, which is exactly identical to the soul within me. So then I can't imagine what you're shrinking from. So these words of the Chandala stunned Shankara, and he re-evaluated. We only differentiate between one another with the shape and size of this body or the state of our mind. But in essence, if you think about the soul or the Atman or the pure consciousness that we all are, there's no difference. So he really appreciated the practical wisdom of his own knowledge that he was delivering to the world. And he said, like, whoever talks about or thinks about this non-dualistic nature of the universe, he is my teacher, be it a Chandala or a Brahmin. So friends, today we will talk about what are these 5 elements. We have already talked about the 5 elements, but what are the essence of it and how they interact within us, what is the relationship with us and how they help us. Without their balance, what will happen? Remember I talked about the play that we made just last year about Tanmatra, the subtle essence. So I'd like you to consider this as a meditational journey. Maybe you can keep your eyes closed and just listen to it with a little bit more intent, just like you're having a dialogue within yourself about the 5 elements which are the basic building block of every body, every mind. Everything that we think of in the entire universe is made up of these 5 elements, called the Pancha Mahabhut. So let's go in a journey of having a dialogue within our own self. The Tanmatras, or the subtle essence, incarnate to form these 5 elements and also enable us to experience life by empowering our sense organs to hear, touch, see, taste and smell. Have you ever wondered what are these elements and how and when they get created and how do they influence our life? When were they created? Which came first and which came after? The Vedas talk about Tasmadva etat Tadatmana Akasha Sambhutaha, which means the Atman creates the space. Think about having a dialogue with the space itself. The space within you is saying to yourself, I am the space. All objects and experience get created within me. I am omnipresent and ever expansive. Just like a painter needs a canvas to draw, the Brahman needs me to create this entire universe. I'm infinite and I'm eternal. I create the sound because the space creates the sound. If you keep me balanced, the space balance, you'll be able to express yourself and attract everyone towards you. You become like a magnet. Because space element is considered as the element that gives us the expression, gives us the ability to express our true self or express our truth. To express the uniqueness that we have, the communication. Remember yesterday we talked about the Visuddhi Chakra. How the space element is influenced by the Visuddhi Chakra, or the Visuddhi Chakra is influenced by the space element. What comes after? Akasat Vayu Sambudha. That means the space creates the air element, which is the primary element of the heart chakra, Anahat Chakra. The space creates the air element. I am the air. Just having a dialogue with the air element inside you, you can hear me and you can feel me. Remember, the space element creates the sound, we can hear, but here another component, another attribute is added. The air element we can hear and also we can feel. I'm the provider of the prana or the life force to all living beings in this planet. Remember, we have already talked about there is only one air that we all share. So if you keep me balanced, you will experience more love, empathy, and a compassion for all beings. You'll be able to understand others deeply beyond their words and actions and can bring more gratitude and forgiveness. Because those are the qualities of the heart: unconditional love, forgiveness, the Anahat Chakra. Just like we worship the god of wind, Hanuman, which is called the force behind our confidence, the force that expands our consciousness, which is basically an extension of the breath itself. So if you look at, all of us live on the air itself. So in a way, we are all the offsprings of the air. Just like Pavan Putra Hanuman, you are the offsprings of the air only, and with my presence, you will become one like him, who is swift as mind and fast like the wind, master of the tanmatras, or the subtle essence, who control your senses, intelligence, learning and wisdom. You will also experience more stability, purity, and continue to enjoy the music and dance with the harmony of your breath. So that's about the Anahat Chakra, the heart center, and the air element. Now, what does the air element create? Vayu Agni Sambhuta. The air creates the fire element. Having a dialogue with the fire. I am the fire. I have sound, touch and form. The sounds from the space element, the feeling from the air element, and now one more attribute is added, the form. The fire has form. I give you heat, the burning desire, and the passion to do things in life. Remember the Manipura Chakra, which is the ignition point, which gives us the drive that we need to achieve our desires and dreams. If you keep me balanced, you'll become more self-loving, compassionate, confident, and assertive. You'll have the persistence and the drive it takes to achieve your goal and also win someone's heart. Agnir Apa Sambhuta. The fire creates the water element. I'm the water. I have sound, the touch, the form, and the taste. One more attribute. I fill up 72% of your body and play a very vital role in maintaining the balance. I flow in different forms like river, lakes, oceans, snow, steam, and even as clouds. If you keep me balanced, you'll be more creative, committed, vibrant, energetic, and blossom in life. You'll experience the fullness and richness of life, just like the water starts from the mountain, becomes a river, meets the ocean, and again becomes clouds and raindrops, and comes back to the source. A complete journey, the whole water cycle. Advyaha Prithvi Sambhutah. From the water element, the earth element gets created. The water creates the earth element. Now, having a dialogue with the earth element inside you, I am the earth. You can find in me all the 5 attributes: the sound, the touch, the form, the taste, and the smell, which makes me the most powerful element. All plants, animals, birds, mountains, human beings are covered under me. I am associated with the present era, influencing the 3 most important things like money, relationship, and spirituality. If you keep me balanced, you'll feel very grounded, safe, secured, and stable in your life. Remember the Mooladhara chakra, the basis of our foundation that gives everything that we want in our life. The whole world belongs to this, the earth element, Mooladhara chakra. So friends, these 5 elements of the Pancha Mahabhut are responsible for maintaining the much appreciated diversity in this life. By different permutation of combinations, these 5 elements act in our body. We maintain our uniqueness through one or many combinations of this. If you think about the evolution of the human consciousness, as we talked about how the consciousness travels from the lower chakra to the higher chakra to give us different revelations of life, different experiences of the life, and that is primarily because of the interactive interplay of these 5 elements. So if these 5 elements are imbalanced, as we have already talked about, the opposite things will happen. Just like chakra imbalance, the 5 elements imbalance will create more difficulties in our life. So there are different techniques. How do we control these elements? How do we understand these elements? What are the different techniques? Like what kind of mantras can help us to create a balance of the earth element, water element? Different chantings or different vibrations. Because ultimately these 5 elements are basic influencer of the information that every cell in our body is made up of. That means the vibration of these cells or the vibration of this space of these elements that contribute to the state of our mind or the state of our consciousness. For example, if you meditate or chant on the sound of Lam, L-A-M, Lam, you will feel more grounded. You'll feel the balance of the 5 elements. So let's take this moment to practice 11 times of chanting of the sounds, the Bija mantra or the seed sounds of all these 5 elements, and see what experience we get. So keep your back straight and upright. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's fine, or you can keep your eyes closed and think about the earth element, the stability, the groundedness that we need, which is influencing the Mooladhara chakra, the base of the spine, and the color red. And think about the sound Lam, L-A-M, Lam. Let's chant 5 times each sound. So breathe in. Lam. 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 Stay there for a couple of breaths. Experience the power of the earth element inside your body and visualize that there is a balance building up of the earth element in your body. Remember, the earth element is associated with the survival instincts. We need every resource that is required to survive well in this life, which is a function of the balanced earth element. Now move on to the water element. The color that you should experience is orange color, and the sound to practice is VAM, V-A-M, VAM. So think about the Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra. Think about the sound VAM. Let's chant 5 times. Inhale. VAM. 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 Think about every interaction that you make with other people, every one-on-one relationship that you have with others is giving you this power to have a win-win situation. You win, the other party also win. And that is possible by creating a simple practice of respecting one another. I respect you, you respect me. So if we learn how to respect each other, how to honor each other, a wonderful relationship will be established with everyone in this life. So think about your loved ones and how the balanced water element is bringing more harmony, more peace in your relationships, in your love life, an expression of your sexuality, or whatever way that you have that creative force inside. Now we'll move on to meditate or to contemplate on the fire element. The color associated with yellow, the element is fire, and the sound is Ram, R-A-M, Ram, which gives you that ignition, that drive, that passion, that element of thriving. So we'll chant the mantra Ram 5 times. So inhale. Ram. Inhale. Ram. 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 Take a moment to appreciate your goal, total health, true happiness, and a wonderful immune system in your body, and which is coming true through the power of the heat inside, the power of tapas, austerity, hard work that we all do to manifest things. The fire also burns everything to purify it. So think about every food that we consume is getting assimilated into different combinations of these 5 elements. The heat cooks up everything and makes the plasma, the blood, the flesh, the bones, the fat or semen or the feces, and also the urine, the ashtadhatu. By having a well-balanced fire element, the decomposition and the recomposition of all these 5 elements makes us a very balanced personality within us. Now we will come back to the air element, which is the power behind the Anahata chakra, the heart center. The sound is yam, Y-A-M, yam. The color associated with green, just like the color of the environment or the color of the forest, the green. So consider the heart center as your object of meditation. Let's chant 5 times the yam sound. So breathe in. Yam. In. Yam. In. Yam. Inhale. Yam. Inhale. Yam. Think about pure love, unconditional love, the power to forgive others, forgive your own self, and expand your consciousness to embrace everyone by sharing your wealth of knowledge, time, energy, and everything that you have to make this world a beautiful place. Tena tyaktena bhanjitaha. Only by sacrificing will rejoice life. Remember, on the day 11th, we talked about the Ho'oponopono technique. I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. That's the mantra for this center, to give us more power of fulfillment and joy in life. Now move to the space element. You think about the throat center. The element is space, and the sound associated is hum, just like a humming sound, hum, H-A-M, hum, and the color is deep blue. So think about a deep blue color, and purification is the principle here. Extreme purification of our words, of our thoughts, to express yourself, to express the truth that you are. So feel like all the 4 elements are already balanced, and we are now moving to the throat chakra, Visuddhi chakra. Let's chant 5 times the hum sound. So breathe in. Hum. In. Hum. 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 In. Hum. And think about the power of communication. This is very important. choosing the right words in the right time, in the right perspective, and speaking it out in the right context, with the right vibration, with the right feelings. That makes the magic in this life. Bring out that leadership quality inside you, which the world is looking forward to have more of. The spiritual leaders who have the power to tell the truth, live the truth, practice truth in every thought, words and action. An extreme form of purified being, we can make changes to this planet in this life itself. Okay. So friends, if you appreciate, everything that we do is ultimately coming up to the balance of these 5 elements, or maybe imbalance of the 5 elements if you don't do it properly. Every air that we breathe, every morsel of the air, or every ounce of the air, or whatever unit of the air that we breathe, has got these 5 elements. I had the privilege to practice yoga and meditation with an Himalayan master for about 10 years, and he taught me 576 different breathing techniques. You'll be amazed to see how these 576 breathing techniques can help us to create energy from the breath itself. And Himalayan masters have mastered this technique of creating energy from the breath itself. They don't need food or the water if they choose to be like that. See, through different combinations and permutations of how we breathe, through the left nostril, right nostril, both the nostrils, through the mouth, through the teeth, through the tongue, many different ways, these 5 elements get reconfigured inside our body. And that brings different chemicals in our body. Hormonal balance and imbalance happens because of the breath. And even if you look at any object, any idea, any thought that comes to your mind, which is also a combination of these 5 senses and also 5 elements. For example, think about an orange. So when you think about an idea of an orange, you'll notice the color comes to you. The perception of the color is the ability to see, the sense of sight. You can feel that roughness or the smoothness of the orange, which is a function of your touch or the skin sense organ. You can have the smell of orange and also the taste of orange. And if you have a well-developed hearing, probably we can hear the music of the orange. Every atom is in vibration. So wherever there is a vibration, there is also sound. So whenever you think about an orange, all the 5 sense organs are completely involved in that. And our mind acts like a prism. Just like if you have a prism and allows the sunlight to pass through the prism, you will see the spectrum of the 7 colors. If you put another prism in between, and those 7 colors will again pass through the prism and becoming a white light again. So if you really observe carefully, our mind acts like a prism. All the different sense organs are giving different kind of inputs by interacting with different objects and different people, different circumstances, and ultimately it's becoming one thought. And those thoughts are getting deposited in a subconscious mind in the form of different memories. That is why the yogis have talked about this antakarana, or the inner instruments that is given to us to experience life. So if you learn how to purify these instruments, which are 4 of them, the mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankara. Mana is the mind, buddhi is the intellect, chitta is the memory, and ahankara is the ego sense, the I sense inside. And all these 4 components of our inner instrument, the antakarana, they get contaminated with different transactions that we encounter in our life. So if you don't take time to purify these inner instruments, you will notice that your life will not be as dreamed by the soul. Think about a story, a small anecdote. Like, it so happened that somebody looks through her window every day at the neighbor's backyard and finds something disturbing to her. She finds all those clothes that the neighbor is washing are dirtier, doesn't look white. So she always has that anxiety in her mind, and she expresses that anxiety to her husband that, look, these neighbors don't know how to wash things. Every time I see through my window, I always look at dirty clothes. They just wash them, but it looks so dirty. I think I should go there and teach them how to clean clothes properly. So it was her frustrations all the time. And after some time, 3 weeks passed, and suddenly the wife looks through the window and see everything perfectly white, beautiful, brilliant white. And she's excited, wow. She rushes back to her husband and says that, honey, did you teach them, my neighbors, how to clean clothes? Oh, I saw everything white and pure and clean right now. Wow, I'm so happy. Anything like that. I didn't go to the neighbor and then teach them how to clean. Only thing I did is I cleaned up my window. Notice, the wife was always looking through the dirty window. That's why the clothes are looking unclean. So, same thing happens to our mind. See, if our mind is impure, we see everything in that perspective. When we purify the mind, we purify the intellect, our memories and the ego, our life could be so beautiful. Everything will be wonderful, just like we are divine beings and angels or spiritual beings having a vacation in this planet. And that's the whole intent of the yoga practice. Yoga practice always helps us through stretching, through breathing, through control of the food, through cleansing, through healing, through relaxation, and through meditation. We always try to bring balance to this tanmatras, antakarana, and the 5 elements, the pancha mahabhuta, which called the bhuta suddhi. And when we do this bhuta suddhi or the pancha mahabhut purification, we get bhuta siddhi. That means we become the master of these elements, and then our life will be totally positive and we'll achieve every goal, every dream, every desire that we have in this life. So friends, I will leave you with this contemplation. Keep doing this practice of Prana Shakti on your heart center, 5 minutes today, and then tomorrow we'll see you again. And if you have any comments, please leave us a comment so that we'll prepare more relevant content for your consumption and excitement. Thank you very much. Namaste.